Hi, I came back. I'm so sorry. I had some problem today, and so 15 minutes delay. I think everyone left. I'm so sorry for that. So now I think everything fine. So today I would like to talk about 5 tips how actually practice and become fluent Japanese speaker at home. So thank you so much for waiting and 15 minutes delay. I'm so sorry. So, I think for the first time in a month, I think I didn't do live streaming around, yeah, a month. I think last time was Easter in Europe, actually. So it's May. So how have you been, everyone? And then you can actually comment here. I can answer anything, everything, and then I try to understand what you are actually struggling to learn Japanese. So today, actually, wake up 5 o'clock in the morning and I did some German lesson also. So I'm learning German, and you learning maybe Japanese, or you are thinking to start Japanese or not. So please let me know. Are you learning Japanese, or you are still thinking to start or not? So today, I'd like to share how actually become a fluent Japanese speaker at home and practice at home, and then as soon as possible. So 5 tips. So because it's 6 years ago, I couldn't speak any other language. I was just a native Japanese, a just normal native Japanese person who live in Japan 6 years ago. And of course, I cannot speak English. I cannot speak Greek, no German, of course. And I was working in Japan, and it was 6 years ago, was totally different. It's like I feel really different person me now. So 6 years, if you can manage 3 languages plus, what do you think? Maybe you can speak Japanese, Chinese, Korean, Taiwanese, and Thailand, how you say Thai language, Indonesian, whatever you can, plus 3 languages. It's a life changing, yes. So hello, Yorgos. Hello, speaky. Yeah, spooky. Hi, Kalispera. Okay, so quick share these 5 tips. Okay, so I actually made a summary. So first of all, me, I'm not good at study. I don't know. Maybe you are very smart. Me, I've never, for example, I didn't go to university. No, no way, because I don't like study. So, of course, I didn't go to university. And then I was sure if I go university, there's no meaning because I don't like study. So I will waste of time. So I didn't go to university. And then I started working from 18 till now. I'm working. Yes. So it's like really super normal. It's not like I'm super smart and I have PhD or something that I can speak like 3 languages, 4 languages. It's not. And I see so many students who is very smart, but also cannot speak languages so much. I mean, of course, mother language, but not English pronunciation. Okay, um, speaking very slow, but she's super smart. She has a PhD or something. So it's a speaking some other language fluently is not about smart or not. It's just a training. Simple things, actually, if you really want to be fluent Japanese speaker. It's just that, are you doing the training every day? Nothing else. It's not about your how smart or how you are not good at study like me or not. It's just like you want to be a beautiful, you want to have a beautiful muscle, and okay, that's cool. You can have a beautiful body, nice. Do the muscle training every day. So if you don't do the training, yes, I'm try to read a book And what is a diet? Yes, I'm learning, I'm studying. Like you can be a maybe professor of diet, but if you don't do the training, yes, you can't have the beautiful muscle, for example. So that's a speaking is you just need to speak. So if you want to be a Japanese speaker, fluent Japanese speaker, please speak today. It's just 5 minutes. 5 minutes every day. 365 days, 5 minutes. If you don't do it, you will never become a fluent speaker because it's like, yeah, you want to have the beautiful muscle, but you don't do the training, something like that. You want to speak Japanese like really cool, but you don't speak every day. It's impossible. So that's why quite simple. So you don't need to be smart, but you need to be patient to train yourself every day. I mean, it's not like a patient, but it's you need a motivation or something. So that's why 5 tips today. So I'm 20. I know 25 hiragana letters so far, just from your YouTube video. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, hiragana, you don't need to care so much. You don't need to do this step by step. It's not your 7 years old kid. You go to the elementary school and hi, A, B, C. It's like my daughter doing A, B, C. They just apple, apple. Like a bus, or like I don't know, carrot or something. You don't need to do this exercise. You can do. It takes just 20 years, like kids, 7 years old kid become adult, which is more than 10, 16 years, right? So this is a school education is it's great, but it takes time. That's the system. It's like that. Learn everything. So that's why if you want to take a 16 years or 20 years to learn Japanese, yeah, you can follow like a school. My idea is because I'm 35, next 20 years it's going to be a 55, and I cannot spend the time for that. I have to do other things, and I want to do other things too. Then I want to communicate it right away. Tomorrow. Today I learned some German phrase, and I want to use tomorrow. I don't have time for this, ABCD and then 20 years. Let's learn. So not bad. It's not for me. Not for me. And if somebody, for example, really think about moving Japan, not like 20 years later, like me, my choice also it's good. Don't go university. Go to Japan. You know, next year after corona. For example, if you want to save the time, because the time is the most important, so then these 5 tips maybe work. The person who want to save the time, because like me, 35, time is so important. I don't want to be amazing when I become 60 years old. It's a now is a so important. Now what I can do, I came to Europe for the first time, in Greece for the first time when I was 22. Believe me, it was lucky. I was 22. I realized the world is big and I have to learn the language. But try to think, when I came here, like you go to Japan for the first time when you become a 35, it's different feeling. 22, massive power. It's super powerful and I can do everything. I can change everything. 35, yeah, still you can do, but it's not the same feeling. So that's why time is so important. You do today, and next year you go to Japan, or still, if you are living in Japan right now, if you are living in Japan right now, this is now it's a really precious time, right? you know Go back to your country, or you actually expand your life in Japan from tomorrow, or nothing changed. It's just like a traveler. Just a traveler. Just a traveler is everybody can do. I mean, you don't need to learn language. Believe me, you don't need to learn. It's easy to go there without any Japanese. Everybody do. Everybody. But it's now you are thinking to learn Japanese. So let's talk about these 5 tips. So number one, you need the goal. Set a goal, please. Number one, set a goal. So always I ask, why would you like to learn Japanese? Why would you like to learn Japanese? Please write down. Then, if this is a reason, is for example, as a hobby, I just want to learn for fun. It's like I just want to learn English for fun, but I'm not planning to move different country, or I'm not planning to meet a lot of people from all over the world. No, just I want to learn as a hobby, and just want to watch the movie like Mission Impossible or like Harry Potter in English without subtitle. Then not you don't need these 5 tips, because I'm gonna share these 5 tips is if you really want to communicate with the people. So that's why do you want to learn Japanese? As a hobby, or because you want to live there, you want to, find a different opportunity, the things that you cannot find in your country, you really want to move, or you want to change the job, or you want to actually make a lot of Japanese friend, and then do something totally different things that you couldn't do in your country. Something, why do you want to learn Japanese? This is so important. If this is a reason is kind of depends on the reason, your motivation is like that. Because you study, you need a motivation, right? Motivation, like I cannot study Greek without motivation. I have a motivation. English, I have a motivation, I have a goal. My image is like that. And German now. Why I chose German, not Italian, not French. Now it's German, for example. And I have a reason. And then the reason is super clear. It's not like I just want to show that I'm smart, or no, I just like I don't know. I just choose it, maybe easy or not. Not like that reason. Reason is so important, because you ask yourself why you want to learn Japanese, which is very different language from the European and American culture. So it's not easy for sure. It's not easy. It's not impossible. It's not impossible, but it's not easy. And then in order to achieve, you need a motivation. So how you can keep the motivation every day, like muscle training. There's no meaning to do the training today and tomorrow you don't do. Like you do the diet today, but tomorrow you don't do the diet. No meaning, right? I do the muscle training tomorrow. I'm gonna eat a lot of ice cream. Okay, maybe you know better than nothing, but it's that the language, if you want to learn, you cannot do today I'm gonna learn like a 100 vocabulary, tomorrow I don't remember anything. It's not so um it's not the effective, it's not the efficient way. It's not kid. Yeah. So why would you like to learn Japanese? Please comment here. Possibly capios na mathi kanji. Kanji? Why? Why you want to learn kanji? Because you want to read? That's everything. You need a reason. And then, for example, if you want to speak, you don't need a kanji. Really. I mean, I use always 3 application: Google Translate, Depot Translation, and then also spell check system. So because I have to post to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and then sometimes I need to write down the email. And then, for example, 3 languages I need to use it. And even my language, which is Japanese language, sometimes I do this spell mistake. And then it's just a copy what I want to write down, put the spell check system, post everyday Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and everything you can put it. Private Instagram, Japan Language Factory Instagram, and 3 languages, for example, if you want to put. You don't have a time to actually exercising the one letter. So because it's my goal is because I want to really expand this my activity. It's not the point that I'm doing this small spell checking. It's just to put it everything in the system and then do it and then post it like a 10 posts every day. Then we can expand our activity more. For example, if you want to teach Japanese language English, because then what is the efficient, effective way, and then what is not necessary to do. I don't say like don't do kanji, but it's kanji is absolutely takes so many time, so many years. Just you need to know it, and then you can do it, and it's gonna take time. And then believe me, I cannot write down so many kanji because I'm native. I'm native, but it's 2021. No one say to me like write down kanji because all the official paper, please write down Microsoft Office. Right. So then if I write down handwriting, we don't need your handwriting document. Please write down, as a, computer. So then I can't write down. Believe me, so many kanji I cannot write down because it's 2021. No one want my handwriting in Japan. Everybody say, please write down at the computer. So it's not 1950, now it's in 2021. And sometimes it's changed, like you don't go to the video shop, everybody look at Netflix. And if you say I want to open the video shop, no, we don't need video shop, we just need Netflix. So like a kanji writing, maybe Japanese people say, we don't need your handwriting, please write down. So that's why kanji is what you want to do with the kanji. So then maybe useful or useless. Yeah, check what do you want with the kanji. Just you want to read the kanji, then read. You don't need to write down. Read, because I can read everything, but I cannot write down. So that's why reading, writing is very different. Yes. So the tips, I said to set a goal. So set the goal. So that's why this is really important, because if you say I want to work in Japan, and okay, you don't need to do this kanji exercise, because if you want to work in Japan, all the Japanese companies said, please communicate with Japanese people. Do you like this job? What can you do this time? If you cannot communicate with a native, this is the biggest problem. It's not, they don't expect you to write down beautiful kanji, but they expect you to do the nice communication. So that's why better learn communication first, and kanji, because it takes time, you can do maybe step by step. So that's why set a goal. What do you want with the Japanese language skill? This is a really important. So the tips, 5 tips. 2. So number 1 is a set a goal. So 2 is get the sentence memorized and how to use. Yes, because set a goal. So for example, let's say this is really common. Go there and work there. This is most of my student is say to me. So that's why they really want to communicate with the people, because if you don't communicate, you don't exist. Hey, what's up? And 昨日どうだった? How was it yesterday? Yes, if you don't communicate, you don't exist. So yes, if you want to work there, if you want to enjoy the life with the people, yes, you need a communication. Then you need a sentence. That's why this is a number 2. Make sentence to introduce yourself. どちらの方? Who are you? Where are you from? I'm from Canada. Yeah, it's okay. Good. Then the second, third, fourth, fifth, 20 sentences to introduce your country. Please introduce your country. So, and then make sentences. What actually can you introduce your country? And then this is maybe you have a question. Why you have to introduce your country? Why? Why you have to introduce your country? Why? Because this is a Japanese people interested in your country. We don't expect you to explain Japan. Please explain 47 prefecture in Japan, for example. We don't expect you to explain Japan because you're not Japanese. It's better you ask me about Japan. But it's what is a benefit for us, from you? What is a benefit? Oh, I want to talk to you. Oh my God, I want to talk to you more. Oh, it's so interesting. Your conversation is so interesting. Is when you actually introduce your country because it's very different. Yeah, it's let's compare our country and your country, food, culture, everything. It's so fun. But it's when you actually try to explain Japan, it's better just ask me because I'm native. I know everything about food. So that's why it's better exchange the culture is the most fun conversation with the Japanese people. Then when actually Japanese people ask you, oh, what about your country, religion, culture, food, recommendation for the visiting place or any like a sports or anything? Then, I don't like my country. I don't know. I've never thought about that. Quite many people say, oh, we don't have anything. Then they have tipota in Greek, for example. Then, oh, like you met Japanese person, Japan, yeah, my country, we don't have anything. Isn't it a little bit shame, you know? Oh, I met native Japanese. Yeah, I came to Japan, but Japanese people, we don't have. This is normal for us. We don't have anything to introduce you. I didn't expect that. So that's why Japanese people are expecting you to introduce your country. For example, Europe, what do you have? America, what do you have? Canada, what do you have? Australia, please introduce your country. That is the topic that its Japanese people loves, and they really want to speak with you more. Okay, so that's why make sentence and they introduce you, personality, you as you, your personality, and then also country. Yes, so that is the most fun conversation, with the Japanese. And then when actually, go to the company also, yes, at least I can introduce my country. And then I would love to hear your story as a native Japanese. So that's a culture exchange. Yes. So this is when you actually go to the different countries, very important. And especially, Japan is very far away from you. And it's good to, exchange. So they really appreciate you. So the number 3 is pronunciation. So important. Pronunciation. Today I did, because I took the German lesson today. Ooh. I did. Yay! Yeah, I could, when you cannot pronounce it well, you don't have confidence, something basic things. I cannot say, and is it this is it true or not? Or am I saying correctly or not? So like a sentence pronunciation. For example, yesterday I was doing with my student is Ryu. Ryu is dragon, but quite many people cannot say Ryu. Ryu, 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 you. It's very everything is different. We have to say Ryu. Ryu is dragon. But if you say do or you is what is that? Every sentence, what is that? What did you say? Yeah, so that's why pronunciation is very important. For example, 写真. 写真 is a picture, but 出身 is where you from. 出身は?写真は?写真は what about your picture? What's going on your picture? Oh, what are you doing? 写真は? To 出身は? Where you from? So when your pronunciation is not, perfect, and then the conversation goes really, tough. So that's why I'm trying to speak English better, Greek also, German also. It's a top pronunciation, really important because especially speaking is super hard when you actually cannot pronounce it well. And then number 4, meet natives. Yes, meet native people here. Yes, I mean, you can meet native Japanese free because Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, yes, everything is free, right? 20 years ago, you couldn't do like that things. So that's why if you can speak something today, post it. Post something in Japanese and meet Japanese people more. This is a way to actually motivate yourself. When you're actually looking at the textbook, you're demotivating, like boring. I don't know what I'm doing. Is it correct or not? Don't be alone. Please don't be alone. Because first of all, maybe you're not learning well because you're doing like your Japanese. It's not the Japanese. Your Japanese. Pronounce it totally wrong, and then learning totally wrong. And when actually go, what's going on? You didn't do anything correctly. So that's why don't be alone. Always be with native. Okay. So that's why post something today and then make Japanese friends as much as possible. And then last tips is 5, do today. Do something today, which is post something in Japanese today. Because this is a free platform. YouTube free, right? Amazing. YouTube free. You're just watching here for free, right? And then, Facebook, you can meet Japanese people for free. Believe me, 20 years ago, you had to pay, a lot of money to actually international phone call. And otherwise, you have to go. I mean, it was so much money you needed. Now it's free. You have to use it. Do something today or not forever. This is a step by step. If you cannot do today just one phrase, if you cannot learn correctly, there's nothing in progress, forever. So that's why today or not forever. Simply, it's one choice. So that's why do today and then one progress. And tomorrow is going to be a second progress. So that's why you'll be fluent, fast. You never go back, never forget, use it, post it every day. So thank you so much. And I'm so sorry today. I actually, had a problem. That's why the link was different. So I hope you found me finally. And thank you so much because I have a session. I have to go right now. And then I think if you like this live streaming, I think I have to do a little bit more. I don't know if you like the live streaming more or video, which is I edit and I post. So I hope you could enjoy a little bit. Thank you so much. 本当にありがとうございました。本当にありがとうございました。So see you soon.